Anything, it's really been the fans. They have, I speak for myself, but they have informed me. They've taught me so much because they will walk up to me anywhere and just without saying, hi, my name is Tammy, they'll say, see, I know your name. I know all your name. I mean that. They can walk up to me and feel safe enough, which is an extraordinary blessing, to say, hey, da-da-da-da. And to be able to have that connection with people of all, I mean, the encyclopedic range of people across the United States. Wow.
Right here, Nikita Palmer, Citadel Media. I am so pumped about this tour because, you know, when y'all were touring with your music and when it was new and everything, I was like 5. So I'm really pumped about the tour. Not to make y'all.
No, I don't do it personally.
But anyway, like Naomi, you mentioned new music. So kind of give us a glimpse of maybe what we can expect out of the new music and talk about how it is coming together and creating new music after all this time.
Well, I can speak. There was an experience we had at Don Potter's house. We do pre-production, so that by the time we get in the studio, we have to make sure it works with an acoustic guitar and the voices first. Believe it or not, we don't spend an awful lot of time. We just spend a lot of time communing and deciding on if the song fits. And we cry a lot because I think we're just so grateful. And that's really corny, but we were sitting there and we were working on a song, and Mom reached her hand over and grabbed mine, and she just got really emotional. I think it's because we realize when something's taken away from you, so to speak, you don't really get it until it's gone. And now that we're back together, so on a personal level, it's very intimate. Mom's still the crazy character she was in terms of, she gave me a rain bonnet one day in the studio, and I thought, what is this about? Is this like a sex talk thing?
I was doing all the rainy stuff. I was doing all the rainy stuff.
No, but she just gave me a rain bonnet. I thought, that's my mother. You know, she's not like all the other mothers. And yet, you know, 5 minutes later we're crying, and then the next minute we're telling a joke. I think, you know, there's some things that haven't changed. In other words, the good things that have changed are the way we respect each other. Mom doesn't call me out in front of people and tell me to go clean my room on the bus in front of Bono. There's a little bit of respect there because I've had, you know, those 12 years on my own. I've proven myself. And on a musical note, we are looking for songs that you're going to be really surprised when you hear it. You're going to go, wow, that's a stretch. But that's what we're trying to do, is we don't want to go back to re-recording Grandpa. We know better. That was then, that was a time, that was then, and now we're doing something different. The music, though, will be as corny as we can get away with without people going, oh, you know. And it's a lot of heart, a lot of heart.
Because it is sincere, and it's what comes out of us organically. But there's also...
well, and Don Potter's producing it, which Don was the first guitar player in like 1980 that we met when we first got here.
So he knows.
Hi, Marla Sitton with NashvilleMusicSpace.com. I'm right here. Could you give a career advice for aspiring music professionals and tell us how technology has changed the music industry since you guys started?
Well, I don't.
You better take that one.
Yeah, I don't give advice. I share my strength, experience, and hope about what not to do for me. Technology has always been a bit of a challenge for me because I don't even work a computer. I live on a farm and we homeschool, and the kids know how to work it better than I do. I think it has its place. I do also know that we don't do Pro Tools, and so because my attitude is if you can't sing it live, we just come from old school in terms of you better know it, you better be able to sing your butt off before you even hit the stage. And that may sound arrogant, it's just a thing I have about if I can't sing this in the studio, we lower the key. We don't try to jack it up with Pro Tools or make it sound better because I got to cop it live. That's huge for me, so there's that. And we always start out acoustic because we feel like if you can sing it with an acoustic guitar, that's a good thing. And I don't give advice to newcomers. I say get a good lawyer, have a great manager, and have people around you that are willing to say no and get fired. Because you've got to have people in your life that are willing to tell you the truth no matter the cost. And be authentic. Dare to be yourself.
I have to... You want to scoot over here? I have to say something really obvious because we just saw the group, the duo, Steel Magnolia, outside here. And I would also tell people, obviously, sing at the mall, sing the national anthem, talent shows at school. Anytime you can get in front of the public, it's a good thing. Don't sing in front of the mirror with your hairbrush, because then, I feel very strongly that you're supposed to sing to the audience. Those are the people that saved their hard-earned money, got the babysitter, found the parking place and everything. And I want to be sure that you really want to communicate, because that's huge for me. To me, it's a two-way street. It's all interactive. But definitely something like Can You Duet? I wish they'd do another season. I keep waiting for my phone to ring. But these guys got a record contract. Steel Magnolia.
Chris Talbot with the Associated Press. You mentioned when you come in, this may not be it. Do you foresee a future where you do more together after the tour, or?
I don't know. I mean, I say that I believe words are so powerful, and I don't want to cut this, short. All I can tell you is that for right now, in this moment, in this heartbeat, this breath, this is what we're doing. And I always leave the door open. I know that there's a higher power, and I'm not it, in other words. So, we do have a plan to tour through December. We really are one of those acts that we listen to the fans. We talk to, Steve says the market's hot, you guys are wanted. And yeah, I mean, we're listening to other people around us for a change.
So it's not just supply and demand. We're pretty ornery. And with us, if it ain't fun, it ain't done.
2 more questions.
Did you get that? What else, kids? Come on, all these questions are
First
fun.
of all,
right
let's
here.
ask, I have to ask Carrie, our manager, are we okay, or is there anything I need to clarify or apologize for? Woo!
Hi, ladies. Shayla Hicks from Cuba. I'm a big fan of yours, and I have a TV show in Telemundo, Nashville, so Latinos will be watching you in a few days. I was wondering, what made you decide to go back on tour together? And if there is anything that you would like to say to the Latino community to be fan of yours, like I am?
That's a really good question. I think last year's CMA Fest, when we got asked to sing on that, it was the Rockin' show, and of course our song was Love Can Build a Bridge. It wasn't a rockin' song. And I thought it was interesting because it was such a moment during the show where everybody came together and sang back to us, and it freaked me out. And I looked at Mom, and I just felt this sort of like warm honey down my body, just holy moment where I just was like, oh my God, this is not just about hits and statistics. So the fans really spoke to us, literally. And I've talked to my manager and my producer about doing something for your community because I've always felt a connection. I don't know when, I don't know if it'll be my volume, chapter 2. You never know what I'm going to do in the studio, but I'm on my way there. I just don't know when and how, but I'm on a mission.
It thrills me that, first of all, you're here and you're smiling so beautifully and that you're interested. But you know what? Music is the universal language, like laughter. I told her yesterday that when she laughs, it's like a dog wagging their tail. You know what I mean?
Can you tell by the look on my face?
No, I mean, when a dog wags its tail, it's their version of laughter. Yeah.
Jessica from Country Weekly back here. 2 quick questions for you. Do you foresee having an opening act on this tour, and do you foresee having a Nashville date?
I'm sorry. We don't need, that was arrogant. What I'm saying is no. We don't, because there's so much Naomi Judd and Winona behind her. We don't need it. We're so blessed. We've got so many hits. We can fill the room and fill the set list. We talked about giving someone an opportunity. I really felt strongly about this being an evening with. I don't know about you guys, but to me, it just felt disjointed at this time. Doesn't mean we won't. It just felt like, you know what? We've got all this history. I've got my stuff. We're going to be able to do it on our own. And so far, so much. Nobody has come to us and said, hey, you guys need an opening act. Yet, Steve, nobody's said anything. But for now, I think we're okay on our own.